so I can use a Because I didn't take my laptop at all, so I didn't really set EmmaBot going for much either. But those trades were... Seven trades just on after and most of it came the end of last week, so most of it was in this bit from basically down here from I think the 4th of July. That was the Aussie bank interest rates where they held, and most of it came then. It was just buying every single dip for pound Aussie. Really just on the robot. I didn't use the robot, I was just doing it manually, but I was just buying every single dip. Aussie CAD sold, just had sells. That one was still running, and then took profit yesterday. So we'll just do a bit more of in-depth focus on webinars and the factors that are moving each specific currency pair. But I don't expect anyone to focus on all currency pairs. I don't, indeed. I especially don't. Like I will look more at yen, but I'll follow USD because I follow gold. I'll look at pound and euro because I live in England, so I'm always understanding what's going on with the currency here. Aussie because most of my money is in Australia still. I don't follow CAD too much. I don't follow Swiss too much. I will follow yen more. I don't follow New Zealand too much, but New Zealand's got a huge correlation with Aussie. But even if you're just having that on the side, just having a bit of more of a fundamental focus with these currency pairs, it can be a lot less stressful trading than trading these lower time frames. But the lower time frames is fun. You know, this is why we do the streams, because we can try get these trades. Today's like I wasn't looking. I would have been if my bias was sells. This was a perfect setup to look for sells from the get-go. But I'm not looking for sells. So the move was short-lived down to here. It might keep on going for sure. This candle indeed actually looks like it's picking up liquidity at the moment. But we'll have to see. But I'm looking for buys. I'm just waiting for the bottom to be put in. But this is just one way of trading that we do here. You know, we can trade German. There's little lower time frame volatile entries, London Open, be done. You can trade New York session for gold, be done. Or you can have trades on the side based on just fundamentals, like swing trading almost. Swing trading, but not really necessarily looking at the price action on the left hand side, like looking at the candles, the way they form, but really as well just understanding that there's manipulation in the market, that some moves won't make sense on a particular day, but in the whole scheme of things, like across the whole week, it make a lot of sense. It's just trying to pick patterns when fundamentals are at play can be dicey, you know. So it's good to add that string to your bow eventually. And I just haven't had the time to really focus on getting these webinars out, but they're in the pipeline. It's for something. They're being pushed up now, pushed up the pecking order. There's a different way of managing those trades as well. Come on, German. So 5-minute candle. This one did close a little bit bullish. Is this going to be negated? I'd like how we've corrected that whole 7 o'clock move. But now we need to see something clear, something clean. At the moment, I'm not really seeing anything to get in just yet. Well, the only decent buy for EmmaBot were the pound pairs I looked at. Pound Aussie was a good one, for sure. And not just like going for like 193 was a certainty today. Also, let me know what you guys. I've got a fairly clear agenda for Saturday study session. You guys let me know though if there's something extra that you want, because I have been away for the last 2 weeks, so I need to catch up with each individual one of you guys just to sort some things out. I heard back from Stripe last night. They gave me a call at like midnight last night, or close to midnight, to try fix that, add that credit to your accounts for the 2 weeks I was away. So I'll get that sorted. It was the way I thought I was going to do it. Ended up doing something strange. Like it did like a pro rata charge. I didn't like how it did that. But I should have all that sorted out hopefully today. Put in the comments in the box. How did you guys end up last month? How did you finish June? Let's have a look. Or message me privately if you want on Zoom. Let's put it in here so I can see. Whilst there's nothing happening much on German 40, I've got my eye on it. I'm still hunting these buys, just waiting. But let me know how you guys are going. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, let's get there. Hopefully, Sarah, for sure. Oh, okay. I see. You can't use it then, the copy trader. Yeah, the market humbles us for sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'll set some time aside so that we can do a couple like catch-up sessions, probably midweek as well, to make up for the lost time. There were gold. Oh, sorry, German just gone sideways now for the last 20 minutes. Finding GU difficult London Open at the moment. Seems to often take off after the 7 p.m. H4 close. Then trades go late. Yeah, we need to have that coaching session as well, Alan and Locke. So the more this keeps on going down, remember I was saying at the start? Yeah, Sarah. Sorry, I thought you were talking about. I wasn't sure what SST was, so I just assumed it was a different prop firm. But when you said SC, I realised it's definitely not a. And I think that's a problem. Is if you're having success on one account regularly, but then you're struggling to find that consistency with that other account. That's why I was thinking like, well, the way around that is then to use a copy trader, so it does the same thing, but obviously you can't on that. So, and because it's a different way of entering trades, and it's a bit of a pain having to like manage two trades, two different styles of entering for different programs.
Yeah,
And I found that as well.
I'm thinking maybe my smart charts I should maybe concentrate on some more swing trades, so I can just leave them.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. So that's what I was thinking, like, because I really want people to enjoy the process with these London Open sort of German 40 trades, because we know we get good moves more times than not, and same with gold in New York. But then it's also what I see is the reason I asked is like, why, like how do we go up June? Just because I see, like, it's very easy to see all the great trades that people are taking, but I've really got to pull the bad trades out as well.
Yeah.
And they're the ones that everyone here, well, okay, I can't say everyone because there were a few more shyer students, but pretty much all you guys, I've seen pretty much everyone here post really good trades. So it's not about that you can't take a good trade. It's just about trying to get that consistency and remove the trades that shouldn't be being taken as well, or try just minimize them. Like if you can just remove one or two bad trades, and if you're a break-even trader, or you're like moderately profitable, or even a little bit negative each month, just removing one or two bad trades will make a huge difference. Because then it's like, it's not really about just changing everything. Like we are always going to take some trades that lose each week, each month. But it's just if we can remove just a couple losers, or have the confidence in picking a target, and let one of those winners perhaps like just run a little bit, that makes a huge difference. And the way the market moves is like not every single month needs to be profitable. Say you finish with 50% growth on the year. It's not broken down to even like, I make 5%, 10%, 15% every month. It's some months you're going to have flat months. Some months you might have a losing month. Bad decisions made and then chasing and whatnot. And then other months you're going to have fantastic months as well that make up a bulk of your trades. Not every day is a trading day. And especially going to the end of the quarter and then the start of the new month, the order flows are different. The big boys are like trying to fight price and get their prices in. You know, they're trying, like, the market movement doesn't make a lot of sense if you're a pattern trader. So that's where the fundamentals really come in play. So having two styles, this one with consistent moves at the same time roughly every day for the two pairs that we follow, but then also saying, like, don't let it over stress, and if you can't find anything, end up finding yourself in more bad trades because you haven't been able to pick a plan for the move, or haven't just incorrectly read the direction. And like I will misread the direction as well. Now the difference is like, I'm not too stressed about getting it wrong, because I know that over time the consistency will play out. Now, having a fundamental point of view as well, sometimes that can help your bias, and I think that's where people struggle with as well, is that it's the bias formation. You can have a bias because of technicals and whatnot, but if you can add that string to your bow about why something is moving and understand why something is moving, that can really help with your bias creation. Like, you can still go counter trend. Like, I'll go counter trend on some days that don't make sense because I've got a bias. I've got a particular bias, and I'll just wait for price action to set up, and it might be wrong. But at least I've got that confidence with it. And I think that's where what I want to see is, like, where are people getting it wrong? Is it the impulsive trades? Is it just picking the wrong direction? Is it maybe too eager on some trades? Confidence comes in. This is all the struggles that people will have. And it's normal. It's normal. Okay, so yeah, okay, so that's where I like, just make sure you guys communicate with me where you guys are at. Some people are saying that can't pull the trigger. So we just need to work out, like, how can we get around that? Because the thing is, if you had an attempt to do something and it wasn't recorded, you wouldn't be so worried about getting something wrong. But having been reminded of the mistakes, either through a monetary loss or seeing evidence of those losses on the screen still, where you did get things wrong, or even when you had it right but then you managed it a different way, and now you're disappointed that you didn't hold for longer, or you didn't trigger when you should have, and the bias was right. All those little things can be just negative reminders, and we need to cut them out. We need to learn to be able to, like, just look past that. And like, that's why, like, I'll record my trades, my losses, my wins, but I'm not going to dwell too much on them, because it can be like a negative reminder as well. What I want to see more is that make a plan and then try execute on it. And if you're struggling, then you need to either reduce your lots. I don't think it's a good idea to really go demo account. Like, maybe it works for some, but on others I find you might take a couple good trades, but then because it's demo, you'll take some silly trades as well, and you kind of just undo all the good work. But you know, if you're frozen and can't pull the trigger, sometimes I think what you should do is literally don't worry about risk reward. Mark your level out. Now, pull the trigger when it's at your level, or once you see a price action. And I think trying to keep your stop loss too tight and focus on risk reward too much is also what will make you scared, because you're not scared of where your entry is, you're scared of where your stop loss is. Scared of getting it wrong. So move your stop loss further away. It might be, if you're going down smaller risk, smaller lot size, then that's gonna potentially, yeah, you might take a bigger loss if it does hit your stop loss, if you still got to use like a minimum lot size, or you got a small account. But this is what your small accounts are for. Because, like, wait till Wait till you start doing prop accounts and like, or putting your own funds in to like big accounts. Like, just get the entries. Get the entries. Don't worry about too much about where your stop loss is going to go. That's going to be a skill in itself. Risk management is definitely a major part of this. But if you can't pull the trigger, it's because you're scared of the stop loss being hit. So move it out of the way. But have a lower lot size that's not going to bother you. Like, if you risked even like 2%, but had a stop loss far away and your risk reward not quite making sense normally, it's about just trying to get in the habit again of pulling the trigger. That's for people that have got that analysis paralysis. Everyone's going to have the different things they need to work on. That make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Mine, I'm just, I think with smart charts, I just need to find a different way, because I entered the same trade yesterday on smart charts, but got stopped out. And then I just get a bit frustrated with it.
Yeah, it's easy to get frustrated. Alright, so we're kind of stuck here. We're taking this little doji out now. I'm waiting for it to correct this move. But this is a bit of a fizzer. And that happened last time as well. That's what I said at the start. Was we had a beautiful London session when we didn't have a large Euro session. The last time we had a large Euro session was Wednesday last week. And then we had a fizzer London session. Sorry, am I saying that correctly? When we had a large Euro open, we had a stinky London session. Look at it all. Small Euro session, good London session generally. Strong Euro candle open, stinky London session. Hey Rodney, how are you, mate? You're back richer. Very good. Yeah, it's nice to be back though, trading. Back to the screen. I did miss it. I liked the holiday. The holiday was fantastic. But at the end of it, I was thinking, what am I going to do today? Oh, good, Sarah. Bitcoin is up and made you a good bit. Oh, you trade Bitcoin. I looked at it, I was like, man, you can almost, like, it's really starting to settle around this 30,000 mark. And before it was so volatile, but now it's like, you can almost start to trade this. I haven't looked at what the actual spread is though. Price action wise, clean candles, like it's really starting to settle. And you can get some decent moves, but I'll never trade it, I don't think. I'll never say never, but I don't focus on it. Closed along at the peak, 31,500. 31,500. On the news. It's really trapped in this area right now. Yeah, I've been looking at Ripple, but it hasn't really moved too much. Okay, pound Aussie. Do I see any market crashes in the future? I'm sure there'll be some events. I'm sure of it. Well, I'm going to watch this for a bit more. Hopefully we can get that move. Otherwise, it was a sneaky London session. Apart from that initial push down. But the last, like, since 8:20, we're closing in on the hour now. We've just kind of gone sideways. But longs are still my preference for today. That's for sure. Taking out this doji low now, actually. So that's something. In the last 9 minutes, it took out the doji low. So let's see. It's got the doji high to take. But eventually, I think we can start working our way back up. Oh, I appreciate that, Rodney. What about the other guys that didn't comment? How did you guys end up last month? Or what are you working on for this month?
Haydos.
Hey man, how are you, Glenn?
Yeah, not too bad, one. So I've just been ducking in and out having dinner. Yeah, this month, mate, I've got a challenge going and I'm up 3% in it, so I'm just taking it nice and slow. So I've got to get 8% and then I'll get on to stage 2.
8%. Who's this with?
This is with Alpha.
Oh,
Alpha Cap.
did they drop it? I thought it was 10%.
No, 8% stage 1, 5% stage 2.
Okay.
They're very, very similar to MFF.
There's no time limit now with them.
Nice.
No time limit whatsoever, yeah. So, no rush.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. So, and the latency is good with them, right?
Sorry, buddy?
The latency is good with Acre, isn't it? Oh, sorry, Alpha.
Unreal. ACG, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, good.
It's well at the bottom of the screen, it's very similar to IC and also ACAP, but when it actually comes time to execute, it's heaps quicker. Yeah, I've been happy with it so far.
Nice. I'll have a look at them in a second.
I want to pass the challenge by the end of the month. Turn 40 at the end of the month, so hoping to be done and dusted by 40. That's the goal.
And can you explain what that challenge consists of? Because I don't know what that means.
I'll bring it up. So Alpha Capital.
Oh, capital. Yeah.
Yeah, that no time limit's a big one. So
Yeah.
no time. Have you seen any of these challenges, Dave?
No, I've heard about them. I haven't.
You've heard about them,
Haven't
but
actually.
yeah. Okay. Let me just keep.
Well, it's a bit like Learn to Trade's prop account, right? It's just a different.
There's each
provider
of them.
for this.
Yeah, there's each of them. So
Yeah.
oh, free trial.
Different payment
Okay.
conditions, but
Yeah, they're all got their own like rules and things. So like I don't want to like name too many names on here, as you can appreciate. But they're like the one you've got at the moment that we're going for is you know your rules for that one.
3 months.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the good thing about I guess this one, not Alpha, the one that you're doing that right now, is that if you get plenty of chances that if you do make mistakes or once you've got the prop account, they don't just take it away straight away. Whereas some of these other ones are a bit more ruthless. That if you make a breach, you're done. You've got to restart the whole thing again. So at least these one. So there's pros and cons to every single one's got pros and cons, and there's nothing like trading your own personal account. trade your own personal account is the goal for everyone. You should be like using this as simply a way of funding your full accounts, because you don't want to have someone say they can just take it away from you, or whatever happens, some bad business decision, they shut down and you lose your way of making money. So the goal is to get your own accounts, but then with all of these prop accounts, you got to trade with a drawdown, and that drawdown's big. It's a big factor, as you guys can appreciate. So at least on your own accounts, as long as you don't over risk, no one's going to take my account off me if I make, like, say I risk 1% and I take 5 losing trades in a row. I don't need to worry about being 5% down at any stage and losing my account. On my personal accounts, on a prop account, I would be getting a bit concerned if I had 5 losing trades and I have to change the way I trade. Anyway, so alpha, people have taken it, so I'm only wanting to start looking at ones like I'm with MFF, my Forex funds, and I can say I've had a very good experience with them. There's been a few that I tried and I had a bad experience with, but I am interested in like word of mouth and people that have tried things, because there's some factors with some of these prop accounts that you don't understand until you're actually with it. So, and one of those things called is latency. It's where I'll put a trade on, and one of the prop accounts took in New York conditions with gold, put the trade on, and it took 20 seconds to actually put my trade on.
Yeah,
and this is trading.
Exactly the same problem with another prop account I tried with as well.
Yeah, so that's a real pain in the ass when you realize these things only once you started. Most of them got pretty good customer service, so like I got an instant refund and they said sorry about that, we couldn't fix it, and then here's your money back, good luck. So trying to get the right prop account for you is key, is critical. So some people, 10% in a month is no problem, because the trading style that they have can generate quite quick returns. Look, that doesn't mean that they're going to have quick losses as well, but some people as well would just don't want to rush it. And I think if you don't need to rush it, you should be able to quite comfortably do it if you just slow and steady. Now, alpha this is a new thing, and I was looking for one that had no time limit. So the ones that I had seen previously had had a long time to do it, were like the fivers. My Forex funds gives you up to 2 months, as long as you're not in like negative at the end of the month, which is good. These guys, the one I did see no time limit, had bad latency, and now this is a new feature that the guys here have started noticing. So no commission it says no commission trading. I'm guessing. If only you're trading a couple of pairs, then it means you're probably paying spread. So we have to look at, as soon as they say $0 commission trading,
pretty good.
I'd want to look at spreads.
The spreads are quite good.
Yeah. So that's the thing, is
better than others. Yeah.
if you don't know anyone that's in it, and then you see this statement, they're not going to actually tell you the spreads until you try it. But at least they've got a trial, so you should be able to see it. See what the spreads are like. So that's one question.
Gold's anywhere from 0.9 up to about 1.2.
Yeah, and that's the same as I pay for on my personal accounts for Pepperstone. So, and I pay no commission. So that's good. That means they're competitive there. No time limit is very, very good.
The only thing you have to watch with them is if you're in indices trades 10 minutes before market closes, because they'll stop your trade out. Well, they don't stop it out. You can't do anything with it. So
the market closes 10 minutes before. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Their market's 10 minutes before. So if you haven't put a stop in, or you want to move your stop down, or
that's only for an hour and 10 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah.
Friday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the leverage on the indices is pretty poor as well.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Is it on this?
Yeah, you have to increase your lot sizes.
What is the leverage you get?
Oh, I'll have a look if you like.
Well, a 10 lot is like a 1 lot on other.
Yeah.
So it means they give you. It's the unit size is a factor of 10 different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it must be.
Okay,
And
that's all
one
right.
lot's around $1 on indices, whereas on gold it's more like $10.
Yeah. That I have the same thing with Pepperstone. So I need to be very careful because you guys heard me make that mistake before. Use the same lot size. Sometimes like it's not too bad when you go from one way to the other. Like when you go down, there's no problem. Like if you're trading,
Unless it's moving in your direction, you're like, damn it.
oh yeah, that hurt.
I did. Yeah, I
You
did
think
that
you're
on
doing-
another one.
I
Uh,
would
You
have
think you're doing
I
5
would've-
lots and all of a sudden it's like half a lot.
done my biggest trade ever with gold, but I opened up. I went from German 40 to gold because of the London into New York, and then did the same trade. So I opened up a gold trade 10 times larger than I expected on gold, and quickly closed out, and then it just absolutely dived. Like it would have been a massive trade. But I got out because I was.
It could have easily been an absolute massive.
Oh yeah, exactly. As soon as I saw that mistake, that like I didn't change the lot size, I couldn't think of what price was doing. I just had to get out of that trade. Anyway,
Yeah,
so
I've done that and the opposite happened.
yeah, I've done that before. And it's not like I'm not too scared when it's because I'll just add.
Yeah.
Then again, when I make the mistake going from gold to German, like from the New York session back into the London session the next day, and I realized the trader just opened was like, you know, it's moving well, and you're up at like maybe $10. So then you can just, as soon as you see that, you can just add at least. That's a good thing. So you can think a lot quicker. Anyway, so the main things with prop accounts that I'm looking for, I'm just seeing German just dive now again. So I'm going to come for this Asian low, which I'm looking for it to correct this move. This is going to be a good one. It's really going to set up nicely. But back to prop accounts. The main things I want to look at is one, time limit. That's the main thing. Latency and spread are the things that you need to you need to know someone that's doing it to be able to work out the latency and the spread. Time limit is there. Leverage as well. If you're in Australia, it's usually going to be much better than what you can get on your personal accounts anyway, unless you get pro accounts with some brokers. Okay, then it's conditions around news, EAs, because I want to use a copy trader, right, on these. But conditions around news, conditions around use of EAs, and then conditions about holding overnight, over weekend. Okay, these are the main things.
Payment terms.
Oh yeah, that's other. Yeah, I mean you got to be consistent anyway. But like payment terms, scaling, etc.
Scaling, yeah, good. Yeah, that's a massive one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just put that in here. These are the things that I want to look at with a prop account. And now these are the things that and profit split. Yeah, of course, and profit split. So once you can work out the ones that meet your criteria and you're showing consistency on your own personal trading, I think you should go for it. Makes sense. So good thing about here, it's 2 phases. So it's not a good thing, but it's 2 phases. So that means you need to hit 2 targets. So this one is you need to get 8% in the first phase and then 5% in the second phase. However long it takes you is you've got time on your side. This is one thing also I want to look at: max drawdown, max daily drawdown. You want to know if this is relative or absolute.
I think they're static, so they don't change.
So, because one
of your original,
yeah,
original person, I think.
That's
I think Eddie knows.
you need to know that one, because like if you have say 100,000 in your starting balance, 100k, and you can afford to go down 10%, that means you just can't bring your account into 90k. What you don't want is if you bring your 100k up to 120k, you don't want it to say, oh, you can just never bring it under 108k now, the 10%. You don't want that, because that means that you're always got that hard drawdown. So say you have a really good trade that's working well, that new high, even if it hasn't closed, often would be the new high that your account was. And then if it comes back down and you eventually close it for maybe that one trade was up 10%, and then it came back down and you closed it for like plus 6%. That means you're already 4% in drawdown from the high.
Yeah.
And that's where they catch you out a lot.
Yeah, the other thing you got to be careful of too is the daily drawdown limit as well, because
The 5%,
as it goes up, 5% of your original balance is, say, on 100,000 is 5,000. If you did grow that up to 120,000, does that now go up to whatever that is, like 6,000 now?
It'll be 5. Yeah, it'll stay the percentage.
Like 5, exactly.
It'll always stay the percentage, 5%. So that
So
should change.
I don't understand phase 1, 8%, but
Okay, so
surely
once
that's
you hit
related to a
8%,
period of
you've
time.
passed that phase.
Wait a sec. Finish your question, Dave.
Oh, so if you just hit 8% of your account at any point, so if I start with whatever,
Yep.
$100,000, then
Automatic.
as soon as I hit 108, then they go, that's your 8%.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean?
You're right. Yeah, it's automatic. It clicks over on your dashboard. You won't be able to trade anymore. You'll get an
Oh.
email saying that you've passed, and then they'll send you new login details to a new account, starting back at 100,000 again, or 200,000, or whatever you agree with, and then you've got to now hit your 5% target.
Okay, but that's all just dummy money, right? That's not
Yeah,
real
it's
money.
demo.
Or...
It's demo.
Yeah, exactly the same as with who you're with now. Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Other things
Thanks.
here. This.
So once you've passed, you don't have to use your own money. That's what he's trying to say?
Yeah. So they're all. So you can trade your news. You can hold over the weekend. Fees not refunded. Sometimes they were doing. What they'll do is they'll give you a payout, like 20% of what you made in the challenge. That looks like they don't do it. One thing that you want to know.
Once you've funded, yes, they do.
Right.
So you've got to pass both phases and then receive a funded payment, and then you get it back. So once you've passed your challenge, you then trade for the 30 days or whatever, and with your first payment, they give you your money back.
So they do bi-monthly, same-day payouts, which is good.
After month, I think.
They use Deal or bank transfer, but Deal's good. Fee refunded once funded. Free retakes. Cool.
What's
You
the
want-
fee?
There's no free retakes.
For 200k is the US about $1,000 US.
Yep.
For 200k, 100k is 500. 50k is 300.
Depends who you know, mate.
25k 200. 10k 100. And I think these guys have got discount codes as well. If you do like
Yeah,
100 or
really.
200, you get 30% or something off.
Cool.
So
World.
You get a discount. If you do happen to fail, you'll get a discount on your next
on the
on your next
retake.
challenge.
Just join their Discord, because they're always giving discount codes. Every month they'll do something.
You can do the free trial as well. But then make sure that you own your own trading as well. There's no point taking the challenge if you're not being consistent. But if
Tell you
you're
what you can do with them though, can you go up please, mate? Funding, yeah, you can go into the funding one. They do a free
free trial.
So
Yeah.
go to the free trial.
Oh, there's your leverage.
You can click any of those. It's absolutely free. And what you do is
2 weeks.
you basically it's exactly the same rules as if you were actually competing for a challenge.
It's just halved. Yeah.
But if you hit 5% drawdown, the account gets cancelled straight away. If you get 20-30% or whatever it is, your account gets closed down and they say congratulations, you've won. So you get to practice a dozen times, 100 times, 200 times until you're confident. The martingale ones, you'd better read that one out, Hayden.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be careful with that.
Yeah. Basically, don't add positions when you're in drawdown higher than your original trade. That's the nitty gritty of the rule.
Same or smaller. Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
so
I say
you can
that's
go bang, 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 when
Yeah.
you're all the same size, lot size, but you can't be in 1 pip drawdown and then all of a sudden go from 10 lots up to 20 lots, for example.
Oh, that's a pain.
You lose it straight away.
Yeah, that's a pain.
Once you're in profit, though, you could scale up. But again,
I don't like
it's
that.
not that hard. It's
No,
just
they-
instead of
they-
pressing it once, you just press the button twice.
They
Yeah.
caught me on that, and it was an accident. It was like, oh no, and it went boom. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I don't like that rule. Because like that's one thing I'll do is if I'm in I'll have like a feeler position. So where I like what I'll look at is I've got a couple little ideas of where I can enter.
That's how they caught me.
Yeah, and like say if I took a trade here for German, then if price came down and I got a perfect setup from like here, I'd want to actually go in. Like I would have opened smaller risk at this one, and then when I because I wasn't too sure, and then if it came down and gave me a perfect setup, that's where I'd add and say, look, this is where I'm going to actually enter my position, but it might be bigger than this first one.
You can still do that, but you just can't put it on one trade. You could just put it on. Let's say you went 0.5% on the first one, and you want to do 1% down the bottom. You just do 2 0.5% trades at the same time.
Yeah, gotcha.
So they have to be smaller.
You can get the.
You
There's ways
can do
around
it. You can do
You've
it
just
smaller.
gotta you've just got to be mindful of it and not
Yeah, exactly.
take the piss out of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I tend to close the other trade now if I'm going to go on a bigger lot.
sure. Yeah, makes sense. EA's require that you email us before purchasing a
Machine gun it,
challenge
mate.
to pre-approve your
No
expert.
sniper at that point.
We do not allow copy trading from other groups.
But you can copy trade using your own.
My own strategy.
Your own. If it's in your own name, they will let you through.
From your own external account to your account. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, from other.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can
that's so
copy
good.
trade, yeah. It's just you can't use someone else's account and copy it across.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Well, when I max out with MFF, might try with these guys. Because you can only good one. I like the no time limit. That's good. Slow and steady. All right. Well, I'm gonna scoot. I'm not going to hang around. I've got something on. 13 minutes. Oh, there's another one that has no time limits. George says glow node.
Oh no, I've never them.
No time limits. Take your time. Large community. High profit splits. Back testing tools. Partner of 8 cap. So we have to check the latency on that one. Sounds like they're just copying a lot of it's a pretty standard
Yeah, all
set of
the-
rules
all the
now.
frameworks
They're all like that.
They're all so similar.
Yeah.
Well, you maybe.
All right. Awesome. Well, I'm going to look for this to correct this whole move. And now Lisa's pushed down to this area. It can.
Gold's just corrected the move too.
Yeah. It seems.
I've got the majority of that. Closed the damn thing.
Cool.
1%, and then it moved 8 pips.
All right. Well, I'm going to take off. So I'll see you guys for NY. Alrighty. So trade safe for the rest of the session. Be careful, and we'll see you in NY.
Cheers, Hayden. Cheers.
Catch ya.
Thanks, Hayden.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
Bye.